Welcome back to Miss Letter's calculation station where things add up. We are looking at the expense function. Now, the expense function, you guys, is aligned. So you need to recognize that this is the same as saying y equals mx plus b. And when we're graphing these, because we do want to graph these, we're going to look for 2 points. That's it. We want 2 points, make a line. So we're going to find the x and the y-intercept. In this case, x is considered what letter? Q. And y is considered what other letter? E. So it's important that you guys recognize that quantity is your x-axis and your expense function is the y-axis, where we're just looking for the x and the y-intercept. So when we did our warm-up, we said that if we're looking for the x-axis, then y is 0. And if you're looking for the y-intercept, then x is 0. So I'm going to substitute in 0 for y. And then I'm going to substitute in 0 for x. Now this one's easy because anything times 0 is 0. And so we have E equals 17,000. So I'm just going to place it right here. Also, it's good to note that y equals mx plus b. B is always your starting point, and you always start on the y-axis. So it's really this one that we need to watch out for. So I'm going to subtract 17,000 from both sides of the equal sign. And I get negative 17,000 equals negative 5q. Divide both sides by negative 5. And I get q equals, not that I don't believe you, but I'm going to put it in my calculator. 3,400, exactly what you just said. So q is 3,400. 2 points make a line. And there is my expense function. Let's do another one. So I need to find the x-intercept, which is considered Q, and the y-intercept, which is considered E. Who could tell me the y-intercept just looking at this? $35,000. So I don't really have to do anything there because B is always your starting point, and you always start on the y-axis. So we have, here's our y-intercept of 35,000, 24,000, 47,000. So we already have that one. So the only thing I have to do is plug in 0 for E, negative 3Q plus 35,000. Subtract 35,000. And I get negative 35,000 equals negative 3Q. Divide both sides by negative 3. Remember, a fraction is just a fancy schmancy way of doing division. And I'm looking at 11,666.67. Two points make a line. Now I'm going to hit pause on here while you guys work on number 3 and number 4. And when we come back, I'll do number 3 and number 4. But while this is paused, please take your time to work on 3 and 4. All right, hopefully you're done with 3 and 4. So on number 3, I'm just going to subtract 24,000 from both sides of the equal sign. And we get negative 24,000 equals negative 14Q. Divide by negative 14, and I get Q equals $1714.29. Somebody verify? Yes, thank you. So this is always going to be our y-intercept. So I have 24,000 is here, 1714.29. 2 points make a line. This will make sense when we get the other graph on here. And number 4, I'm going to subtract 47,000. Remember, we're just substituting in 0 for y to find our x. And we have negative 8q. Divide both sides by negative 8. And I get q equals $58.75. Somebody please verify. Verify? Yes, thank you. So here's our y-intercept at 47,000. Our x-intercept at 58.75. 2 points make that perfectly straight line. Now make sure that you guys save this because tomorrow we will be doing the back, which is the revenue function. And we're going to be graph and labeling the revenue function, which is going to look like this. That concludes 2.5a labeling. We're going to be going on to the lesson, so please join me for the next one. How about your notebook?